Newsmakers, I'm Fred Martino. The Veterans History Project is conducting interviews nationwide and right here in West Michigan to record the stories of World War II vets. And we're getting a little history of our own today on Newsmakers. I'm very pleased to welcome to the program for the next half hour, Derk Doornbos. Derk, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Derk, you have had a chance to return to one of the areas in Europe where you fought during World War II, in Italy at President Clinton's invitation some years ago. Tell me about that.
The beginning of the trip, you mean?
The trip going to Italy, going back to Italy. What was that like?
It was one. I always wanted to go back, and get the feeling of what it looked like after. Where I could stand up straight and walk. I had to crawl a lot of times. When we drove through, like on Angio there, it was unbelievable. Even this village and cities and stuff, all flattened. You couldn't even tell there was a war anymore. The trees had all grown up. It was unbelievable.
When you see all that's happened in Europe, the fall of the Berlin Wall, as you mentioned, the incredible revitalization in many cities across Europe.
Yeah.
Tell me about what you think about when you think about that it was so different during World War II, and you and so many other veterans made such an impact in saving the world.
Yeah. You mean, how do you mean now?
Tell me what, as you think about that, as you look back
you think
on the contribution.
If we'd done something good, you mean? Huh?
That's an understatement.
Well, we've done something good and done bad too. And like they say, a war, there's really nothing good about it. But eventually, I guess, something comes good out of it.
Yeah. When you go back, what are the first things that hit you going back to Italy and seeing Italy? What are the first things you think about?
I don't. It's hard to say. It's hard to say just exactly. But just to see that country again, when it's no war and you can walk around, During the war, most of the time, when you did make movements, most of the time it was at night. Didn't move much time in the daytime. And when you could stand up straight and walk around, even at Monte Cassino there in Italy, we fought there for months, And we've made even a trip to the top of the mountain where the Germans was up at the top of the mountains and they could look right down below. And when we ourselves was up there, 10 years ago, it was unbelievable that they was up there on the high ground and looking right down on us on Angio. Because Angio was a swamp at one time, It was drained. So the Germans had the high country and we had the low country, and they pinned us down on Angio for 4 months. 4 months they pinned us. And we broke out of Angio, and that was one of the worst days, the day we broke out of Angio. We had almost, I think it was 996 casualties one day. One day. I think usually casualties during the war, usually about a fifth of them were killed, and then the 4/5 were wounded. So out of the 1,000, it'd be about 200 got killed that day, and around 80.